Hi, this is Raymond Rose. Thanks for tuning in today. We're going to talk about the 5 ways that many people waste lots of money. If you're new to my channel, I am a minimalist. I learned a long time ago that you don't need a lot to live on. I don't spend my money on things that go down in value. So we're going to talk about the 5 ways that many people are wasting money. Number 1, impulse buying. Purchasing items that you really don't need or that weren't well thought out, that you didn't plan on it. You happen to be in the store, you saw something, you put it in your carriage, you paid for it. 2 weeks later, you've totally forgot that you had it, you don't need it, it's sitting in the closet, it's in your basement, it's in the corner of the garage. You just spent $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 on something that you really didn't need, but at the time when you were shopping, the dopamine in your brain kicked in. You put it in your carriage, you spent your money on it, and now you don't really even need it. Hey, I was in the supermarket business for 15 years. Part of my job was thinking out displays, where to put them in the store, what to put at the front end at the registers. What can I do to get you to buy something that you weren't planning on purchasing? That was part of my job. So impulse buying, number 1, please be really careful in that whole area. Number 2, subscriptions. You've got subscriptions that you don't use. I mean, it's easy to sign up for subscriptions, but you really need to periodically assess whether or not you're actually using them. Because unused subscriptions, they cost lots and lots of money. Take a look at your gym memberships, maybe different store memberships. Maybe you've got subscriptions of different games or apps that you've got on your iPhone or your Android phone. Take a look at all those things. Check with your other family members too. I mean, that constant book club that you joined when you went to one of the national brand bookstores that charges you $50 a year so you can get a 5% discount. If you're not buying the books, cancel that membership and make it a point. Put it in your calendar, put it in your schedule to take the time to cancel those subscriptions. Really, really important. Number 3, the food that you're putting in your body. Are you eating out too often? Which I get it. Dining out can be a really nice treat, but it gets to be expensive. If you're going out to eat once or twice a week, whatever, put it this way. You figure out where you're spending your money on food. Should you be preparing more meals at home? Is that a cost-effective option? Going out maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week after work with your friends, having a couple cocktails, purchasing food that you don't really need. That gets to be really expensive. All I'm saying is, take a good hard look at the food, the money that you're spending on food, either dining in or eating out. And I just did a podcast recently regarding how much food is wasted at restaurants, at your family, how much food is just prepared and just is never eaten and sadly gets thrown away. So really take a good hard look at that. Number 4, buying name brand products. And I get it, name brand products, they can be a little bit of a higher quality, but they can often cost you much more proportionately than the store brand options. In many cases, the difference between a store brand and the name brand is negligible. Here's another supermarket story for you. I remember getting a tour of a plant that is it's a national ice cream company. I'm sure if I said the name of the ice cream, everybody would know exactly what it was. And I was going on a tour of the ice cream plant, and the purpose of it was because the supermarket chain that I worked for, this particular name brand company also made the same ice cream for the supermarket chain, for the store brand. And sure enough, here's the conveyor belt, putting the ice cream in the national brand containers. They stopped the conveyor belt. They took the national brand containers off the conveyor belt, and they put the store brand containers in the conveyor belt. They started the conveyor belt, and boom, wouldn't you know, the exact same ice cream was going in the national brand and was going in the store brand. Yet, the national brand was costing like 50 or 60% more than the store brand. So there's a perfect example where the exact same ice cream was in 2 different containers. One was costing substantially more than the other. Again, I'm not telling you not to buy name brand. All I'm saying is be conscious, and are you paying proportionately more for the name brand than you are for the store brand? Just be conscious. That's all I'm saying. And then number 5, not comparison shopping. failing to compare prices. Make sure you shop around before you make a purchase, especially if it's going to be a major purchase. It's important to do your research, look for the best deals before making a purchase. And again, that goes back to my first point, which was impulse buying. Do your homework, figure it out, making sure that you're getting the best value for your money. And again, as I said at the very beginning, do you really, really need it? Can you get by with what you've got? Is it the dopamine? Is it that the neighbor just bought something and you think you need to keep up with them? All I'm saying is be thoughtful with your money, making sure that you've got plenty of money, that you're investing it for your future, or you've got an emergency fund and more. So that's it. Let me recap them real quick. Number 1, impulse buying. Number 2, subscriptions. Number 3, your food cost. Number 4, name brand products. Number 5, not comparison shopping. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening. I want to remind you that I make a podcast every day about 4 areas of our lives. Number 1, our health. Number 2, our time. Number 3, money. Number 4, habits. Each podcast is just a few minutes long. It's got valuable information. I get to the point. I won't waste your time. I'll ask you to do 4 quick things for me. Number 1, consider subscribing to my channel. Number 2, please hit the link that says the thumbs up to like this podcast. Number 3, share this podcast with any family, friends, or coworkers. Number 4, go through my other podcast. I think you'll find some really fun and useful topics. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. This is Raymond Rose. I appreciate your support. I'll talk to you tomorrow.